Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. So first of all guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello! And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps and close our eyes. When you're ready guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. We can begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low, touch our toes. Back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? While we're there, let's have a wave side to side. Excellent. And then back down to touch your toes once more. And then we can stand up and shake it out, guys. Arms and legs, have a shake. Shake your arms and shake your legs. Then we'll do some rotations. We'll go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And next for some stretches. Let's do 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll do 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Well done. And to finish, we will do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. Have a seat. So in math class recently, we've been doing some work with equivalent decimals. Yes, and remember that word equivalent, guys, it basically means the same. If we have equivalent decimals, it means we have 2 decimal numbers of the same value. And we began learning about equivalent decimals by using a 1-digit decimal place and convert it into a 2-digit decimal place. And in a previous lesson, we moved on to go from 2-digit decimal places to 3-digit decimal places. So first of all, let's write the phrase on the board, equivalent decimals. E, Q, U, I, V, A, L, Equivalent. And decimals, DECIMALS. So all together, guys, equivalent decimals. And what we'll do a brief recap of the previous lesson to begin. I will write a 2-digit decimal place number on the board, and then I will invite students to come forward and they will show you how you can do the same number with the same value with 3-digit decimals. So let's see, who's got a number for me, guys? Any number? 9. Okay, I heard 9. So we've got 9. Now remember, next comes the decimal place. So any number that is to the left of the decimal place is always a whole number. The 9 is a whole number. But next I need 2 decimal numbers. 4 and 6. Okay. So our 2-digit decimal place number, guys, 9.46. Yes, and now what one of my students will do, they will show you how we can do the equivalent decimal, but not with just 2 decimal places, but with 3. And we all remember what number we need to add. So let's see who can go first today. And today, the first person to come forward is Nadia. So Nadia, come and join me at the front of class, please. So Nadia gets first opportunity to show. So Nadia, we have the number 9.46, and this is a decimal. We've got 2 decimal place numbers. Now, I want the same number, but with 3 decimal place numbers. So can you remember what number we need to add at the end? So that's correct. We start with the whole number 9.46, and then what comes next? 0. Well done, guys. Well remembered. Always 0. Nadia, that's brilliant, because what we've done, we've converted 9.46 from 2 decimal places into 3. And if we wanted to have equivalent value, it always needs to be a 0. So all together, guys, 9.46 equals 9.460. All we've done is gone from 2-digit decimals to a 3-digit decimal. And because they're the same value, that's what we mean by equivalent. Nadia, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Nadia, please, guys. We'll do one more equivalent decimal to recap the previous lesson before we move on with today's lesson. But first of all, I need to clean the board. Okay, so who's got some more numbers for me? Again, sorry? 7. Okay, we'll start with the whole number, which is 7. Now, can I have 2? 8. Okay, guys, so what's our number now? I'll make that decimal point a bit bigger. 7.28. 7.28. We've got our whole number here in the ones column and our decimals, tenths and hundredths. So what we're looking for now is a 3rd decimal place in the thousands. And who can do this one for us? Let us see. And now the pen is with Pat. So Pat, come and join me at the front of class, please. Again, Pat will demonstrate how we can do the equivalent 3-digit decimal place number of the 2-digit. So Pat, take it away. Always start with the whole number, 7. And then point, 2, 8, and 0. Every time, 0. So it's great to see you understand completely, guys. 7.28 equals 7.280. And that's what we mean by equivalent decimals. Just add a 0 to the end every time, and it keeps the same value. Pat, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Pat, please, guys. And now, in today's lesson, we're staying with decimals, but we're not doing equivalent decimals anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to be comparing decimals. And when we're comparing numbers, such as decimals, there are 3 different ways we can compare. One of the ways is already on the board here, equals. If we compare, if the 2 numbers are the same, we can say equal to. But does anybody remember what this sign means? Greater than. Well done. What we're going to be looking, if we have one number that's greater than the other, we use this sign. When we compare them, we can say either equal to, greater than, or the third way, which is the same sign, go in the opposite direction. Not greater than, less than, yes. And these are the 3 symbols we'll be using today. So when we're looking at comparing decimals, we either think of equal to, greater than, or less than. Brilliant, guys. Very well remembered. What we've got now is a PowerPoint presentation for our students to observe, listen to, and also practice speaking about comparing decimals. So let's turn to look at the TV screen, guys. So now let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation about comparing decimals. And the word comparing, what that means is we look at different numbers and we have to decide which one is greater than, which one is less than, or are they equal to. So let's take a look, guys. So first of all, we can look at our place numbers of the different decimals. Here is our decimal point. Then we have tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and we can actually keep going. 10,000ths, 100,000ths, and millionths. Yes, but don't worry, we won't be doing that for today. We'll be concentrating on tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. When 2 numbers are the same, we represent this by using the equals symbol. Yes, this symbol here represents equal to. When one number is greater, we represent this by using the greater than symbol. So remember, guys, when it comes to doing your exercise, this symbol here represents greater than. Looks a little bit like an arrow. And then the third symbol, when one number is less than, we represent this by using the less than symbol. And a good way to try and remember, for less than, if you look at the less than symbol, it looks a little bit like an L. It looks like an L, but it's not straight at the top. It comes in. So if you're wondering which of the 2 symbols is less than, try to remember it's the one that looks most like an L. When comparing decimals, we first compare the whole number parts. So what whole number can you see on this slide, guys? 1. We've got 1 here, and we've got 1 here. So do we think greater than, less than, or equal to? Equal to is correct. You can see they're both the same number. So that's what we mean by equal to. We've got 1s, and the tenths, or the decimals, both 0. So equal to. You see? So we represent it with the equal sign. If the whole number parts are the same, then compare the digits in the tenths place. And what digits can we see in the tenths place here? 5. So do we think greater than, less than, or equal to? Again, equal to. 1.5 is the same as 1.5. So we use equals again. So if they're equal, we move on to the next decimal place. If the 10th number parts are the same, then compare the digits in the hundredths place. Yes, what we do, we keep moving along the decimal points. So what number can you see in the hundredths place here? 2. Yes, the number is 1.52. The whole number 1, the decimal tenths 5, the decimal hundredths 2. And we've got 1.52 and 1.52. So what symbol should we use? Equal to again. Yes, we're using equal to so we can keep moving along the decimals. If the hundredth number parts are the same, then compare the digits in the thousandths place. Like here we have 4 in the thousandths. So remember guys, when comparing numbers, start with the whole number first, and then if they're the same, move on to the decimal tenths. If they're the same, move on to the decimal hundredths. And if they're the same, move on to the decimal thousandths. So now, let's see if you can tell. Which is greater, 6.7 or 6.267? So remember, first of all, the whole number 6 and the whole number 6. So at the moment, equal to. But then we move on to the decimal tenths. Now here we have 7 and here we have 2. So which number is bigger? 7 or 2? 7. So we say 6.7 is greater than 6.2. Because you see, by looking at the place values and the digit value, 7 is greater than 2. So we use this symbol. 6.7 is greater than 6.267. Okay? Even though 6.267 has more digits, the number 7 is bigger than the 2. So that means it's bigger or greater than. Which is greater? 4.52 or 4.519? So let's do it together. Start with the whole number. The whole number is 4. Now we have 4 on one side and 4 on the other. So at the moment, equal to. Then, let's go to the tenths. 5 and 5, still equal to. So let's go to the hundredths. 2 and 1. Which number is bigger, 2 or 1? 2 is bigger. So we know now 4.52 is greater than 4.519. Understand? Let's do one more together. Which is greater? 2.388 or 2.4? Correct. Because we start with the ones, 2 and 2 are the same. Then the decimal point, so let's look at the tenths. 4 is greater than 3. So we can say this time 2.388 is less than 2.4. And we represent that with the less than symbol. Any questions, guys? Okay, that was excellent. Very well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation so that they can understand how to do and compare decimal numbers. And remember the 3 symbols we need to use: equal to, greater than, or less than. And coming up, we've got a board activity for our students to practice together. But first of all, guys, time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, we'll begin by taking our right hand and finding our left foot. Then we'll take our left hand and find our right foot. And now, right hand and left foot. Left hand, right foot. Excellent. Now guys, hands on hips, and we'll have a wiggle side to side. Stop. Wiggle side to side. Stop. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, and stop. And now we can go round and round. Round and round. Round and round. And stop. And then back the other way. Round and round the other way. Round and round. And stop. And to finish, we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So now it's time for our board activity. So let's write the title of today's lesson on the board: Comparing Decimals. C-O-M-P-A-R-I-N-G. Comparing. And what the word comparing means is we look at 2 different numbers, examine them to see which one is greater than, less than, or equal to. And decimals, D-E-C-I-M-A-L-S. So all together, guys, comparing decimals. Okay, so now for our 3 signs, the important signs we need to use. The first one, what does this sign represent? Greater than. G-R-E-A-T-E-R, greater than. Okay, now how about if 2 numbers are the same? Equal to, correct. And we represent equal to with an equal sign. E-Q-U-A-L-T-O. And what's our final one, guys? Less than. And less than is the opposite of greater than. So we do the same sign going a different way. Remember, looks a little bit like an L, but an L on its side. So we can write less than. L-E-S-S-T-H-A-N. Altogether, greater than, equal to, less than. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now, I will write 2 different numbers involving decimal places on the board. Then I will give the student the blue marker. They need to come forward, compare the 2 numbers, and then write the correct symbol on the board relating to greater than, equal to, or less than. So ready, guys? Let's see who can go first. What number do we have? 2.2 2, 5, 4. And what number do we have here? 2.3. So now, let's see who can tell, or first of all, compare and then tell which number is greater or less than. And the first person to go today will be Lockdown. So Lockdown, come and have a look at the two numbers I have on the board. Can you compare them for me? And then do you think 2.254 is greater than, equal to, or less than 2.3? Perfect. What symbol have you gone for? Less than, which is correct. If we look at the whole numbers, 2 and 2, they're the same. So then we move to the tenths. Now 2 is less than 3. So Lockdown has correctly stated that. Ready, guys? 2.254 is less than 2.3. And that's how we correctly compare and represent the numbers. Lockdown, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Lockdown, please, guys. So teachers, you can see the activity that we're doing in our classroom now. You can pause the video and do the same activity with your own students. But remember to choose different numbers and a different student each time. And then at the end, have them all practice speaking together. We're going to carry on playing here now, but I need to clean the board first. Okay, guys, so who's got some numbers for me? Any numbers? 3. We'll start with 3. 3.475. Okay, that's enough for that side. Now here we will have 3.478. Okay? And now, who will be the next student to compare and then demonstrate the correct symbol? And now we will go with Bangpon. Come and join me at the front of class. Now it's Bangpon's turn. But first of all, guys, let's speak the numbers together. We have 3.475 and we're comparing with 3.478. Okay, so Bangpon, do we think 3.475 is greater than, equal to, or less than 3.478? Excellent, Bangpon, well done. Because what we've done is we've looked at the 3's, equal to, 4, equal, 7, equal. But then, when we get to the thousands place, we know that 5 is less than 8. So altogether, 3.475 is less than 3.478. Bangpon, that was brilliant. High five. Big round of applause for Bangpon, please, guys. Let's do a couple more together before the worksheet activity. First of all, I'll clean the board. Okay, who's got some numbers for me? Lockdown, what numbers have you got? 6. Point? 1? 193. Okay, 6.193. 6.193. Now let's see who can compare these numbers and then decide on the correct symbol. And now the pen is with Chu. So Chu, come and join me at the front of class. Now it's Chu's turn to compare and write the correct symbol. So let's speak about the numbers first, guys. 6.193. And then 6.193. Now what do you notice about the numbers? They're the same. So what symbol will we write? Equal to. So Chu, you can draw the correct symbol to represent both numbers. Excellent, yes. Perfect. Chu has correctly noticed that both numbers are the same. So therefore, we draw the symbol equal to. So ready, guys? 6.193 is equal to 6.193. They're the same. And remember from the previous lesson, we say these are equivalent because they're the same. Chu, that was brilliant. High five. Big round of applause for Chu, please, guys. Okay, let's do one more together before we move on. We've got two numbers now. Now it's Prel's turn to come forward and compare the numbers and then write the correct symbol. So come and join me at the front, Prel. But first of all, let's speak the numbers together. 1.574 and 1.61. So what do we think, Prel? 1.574 is less than 1.61. Correct. First of all, we look at the whole numbers. Now, 1 and 1 are the same. So then we move on to the decimal places. 5 and 6. And Prel has correctly demonstrated that 5 is less than 6. So we say 1.574 is less than 1.61. And that's how we compare decimals. Prel, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Prel, please, guys. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, make sure each student in your class gets their own worksheet. And what we've got today is a series of numbers, 2 for each question. What our students need to do is look and compare each of the decimal numbers and then write the correct symbol in the middle to represent the 2, either greater than, less than, or equal to, just like we've been doing with the board activity. No flashcards today. So what we'll do is give our students around 15 minutes to complete this, and you can just monitor the class and help them with anything they need. But what's the first thing to do, guys? Write your names on top is correct. And if you need any help, let me know. We can do them together on the board. So Lakau, for you, you're welcome. Prau, here's yours.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Down, this one's for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Chu, for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Nadia, this one's for you.
Thank you, teacher.
Pat, here's yours. You're welcome. And Pachbung, this one for you. So have a look at the numbers, guys, in the left-hand and the right-hand columns. And then, when you've compared them, write the correct symbol. Remember, if the ones are the same, move on to the tenths. If the tenths are the same, move on to the hundredths. If the hundredths are the same, move on to the thousands. And that's how we can compare decimals. Take your time, guys. No need to rush. Better to be correct than to be quick. Well done, Chu. That's all you need to do, guys. Just use the symbols. I want you to get used to using the symbols so you know what they represent. Greater than is this one here. The arrow going to the right. Equal to is the equal symbol. And less than is the arrow going the other way. Okay? Correct. Well done. You see, even though some of them have more numbers, they can still be less. Well done, Pat. And don't forget, guys, names on top too. So when it comes to marking, I know whose it is. Well done, Pat. So, Chu, let's take a look. Look at this one again, 1.1 and then 1.09. 1 and 1 are the same. But then in the tens place, 1 and 0. So which number is bigger, 1 or 0? 1. So we say is greater than. Well done, Pak Bung. Less than is right. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to compare the numbers in each question and then write the correct symbol to demonstrate greater than, less than, or equal to. And my students here all did an excellent job, so very well done, guys. And that's all we've got time for today, so we hope you found it interesting and enjoyed the lesson, and now understand how to compare and sort decimals. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye? Bye-bye. See you again next time.